First map is Cure. Let's see who gets the nicest spawn. Let's see, it's Ash with the Mega and the LG. We got k1llsen with the red rail. So it's an even split really on the spawns. Any comments with Twister?
Very even. Also kind of standard Cure split. And while k1llsen doesn't have the LG, Ash doesn't have the rail. So this is going to be kind of the key difference in these opening minutes. And k1llsen so far looks to be doing better. And he's so proficient at dropping down when there's this pillar that they can hide behind. He's doing it so well now here also at the red. And actually hasn't been able to do quite as much damage as he would have wanted to.
And he does
Great
catch
rocket,
engagement, but Ash is able to do much better in the rocket engagement that followed. Maybe k1llsen bit off a bit more than he could chew at the red armor initially and was kind of forced into a weird spot, and now he's going to go for an aggression for this red armor, and he actually makes it happen.
Unbelievable. That shouldn't have worked. Never should have worked, but somehow it did.
Yeah.
I mean, k1llsen initially in the first fight, I don't think he was too aggressive. He just somehow missed shots. It was a good position for him. He was above the red. Ash was in the red. It's kind of a position where you usually do a lot of damage, but just missed a little bit too much. But now it's all good. It's even game, tied at 1-1, and I think the item control is actually quite even as well. Now k1llsen with the red is going to be looking a little bit stronger, but as we've mentioned, this map has so much armor all over it. It shouldn't be a problem for Ash to just stack up very quickly.
Here we go. Ash actually finds himself with a quick engagement, and they trade rails. So that's interesting. I mean, it doesn't really change too much for either player because we're not... The control is contested at this point. Neither player really can say that they are fully in control of the items of the map. And red and Mega are up as we speak, so we could see an engagement here. k1llsen is sneaking below, but looks as if Ash drops for the red and allows k1llsen to take the Mega unhindered. Now catches Ash with the
And will
drop.
k1llsen realize the red is still up? He does. So Ash might actually end up with nothing. I mean, he's still going to end up with with a green and with shards, so he's still going to have at least 100, I reckon. But still quite a significant advantage for k1llsen in this very moment. So k1llsen has to act very soon, if you ask me. He's a disadvantage, and there we go. A frag and a lead. And he didn't lose almost anything, so this is excellent for k1llsen. I think he did right just now, trying to check the LG. This is a very natural place to go off the spawn. But he's gonna notice Ash has no LG yet, and I'm curious, will he try to bait it? Will he try to trap Ash at the LG? Because if I was k1llsen, I would just stay here. It's like the only place to go logically for Ash.
Here's the chance again.
And surely he's gonna go to the LG now. k1llsen just... Okay, k1llsen doesn't seem to be very concerned with that fact. And Ash might have actually not gone there in the end, so all is good. I mean, just the intimidation factor of that item being so wide out in the moment actually causes a lot of players to not go for it when they actually should. And playing without the LG is very, very difficult because it's just such a key moment, key weapon at the main items, at the red and at the Mega. It's just the weapon to have.
And it was a very smart choice there, k1llsen mid-fight there, to jump away from those rockets, almost dying, and now Ash trying to finish it off with the plasma, almost doing it, but it is not quite enough, and now that's, I think, 2 or 3 frags in that rail. That's so important, and what a second follow-up. Oh my god, k1llsen with those rails. Just unadulterated rails. And 7-1 now, this is getting really desperate, and make that 8-1 off the spawn. k1llsen gets one more.
And by the way, notice how k1llsen was spawning the right spawn, not the left one. I think a lot of players spawn the left one, which if you think about it, doesn't really make any sense. Because if he spawns on the right one and you spawn the right one, you're going to get the frag. If he spawns on the right one and you're spamming the left one, he's going to get away. But if he spawns in the left one and you're spamming the right one, you probably still get the frag. So it just makes more sense to spam the right spawn, which is oddly enough, I think k1llsen's the first guy I see who really consistently spawns the right spawn of the two.
Right. So here
just
we have
small details,
yeah.
but already 2 frags during the tournament today that he got because he spammed the right spawn, and if he spammed the left one, the opponent would have just gotten away.
There he goes, trying to prowl around. He does catch Ash with a nice rocket, make that 2, and 170, 170 other numbers that he is roaming the map with at the moment. He's going to grab another yellow, so at the halfway point, he's very, very sturdy, very stacked. And things are going to be very tough for Ash now, but he does push him off, and he tries to take the fight with Rail. It's not going to work. He does some damage, but really it's negligible as the red is up for k1llsen here, and he's going to have no problem getting this Mega as well, I should think, as the rocket jump.
Yeah, smart to do the rocket jump because Ash only had rockets, so it was the safest option.
And
nice
these rails
rail.
from k1llsen are just unbelievable.
Wow! What a flick. And I mean, k1llsen's getting a little bit cocky with the rails, if you ask me. That wasn't a position in which he would usually choose a rail, and if he missed it, it would have been very painful. So maybe a glimmer of hope for Ash in the fact that k1llsen might be getting a little bit overconfident.
There you go.
But 77% rail, 37% LG, this looked very strong for k1llsen.
And Ash knows when it's over, it does call the forfeit. So 11-1, the final score there on Cure. Map number 1 going to k1llsen in this grand final. We now move on to Blood Run, which should be a really strong map for both players. But with the way that k1llsen has been playing today and the way that he played Blood Run earlier today against Evil, I'm liking k1llsen for Blood Run.
Yeah, I mean, the game was very impressive, the one that k1llsen played against Evil. Evil, being a very, very big expert on ZTN, was made to look quite average. I mean, k1llsen had the game very, very securely, I would say. There were I mean, it wasn't like an easy game for him, but he looked very, very confident in the way he moved around the map. He didn't really get caught in anything like that. So Ash is going to be having a big challenge, and he's going to have to do something special.
k1llsen does get the Mega Spawn, and he's going to be able to apply a lot of pressure towards this red armor. But look at that. In the back, the rockets are flying from Ash as he does push k1llsen off and really disrupt his plans. So now k1llsen's got to just rethink this. And, oh, he goes for the rail, but Ash is trying to catch him with the shotgun. Only 15 points of health remain on the German, but it looks as if the 25s will be there to raid him. Is he going to go for the grenade jump? No.
No. I mean, I'm not sure what k1llsen's plan is. Like, even if you fall downstairs, he falls back here. He's not falling back onto any items. He should have thought about what he's gonna do earlier, and he should have probably gone towards the plasma yellow rather than this one that was obviously taken by Ash. So k1llsen just, I mean, the spawning situation really didn't work into his favor, and he didn't seem to know what to do faced with unusual position, to say the least. He's just very weird spawn.
You get the grenade flushing out k1llsen, and that yields another kill for Ash, who goes 2-0 up now on Blood Run. Here goes k1llsen, throwing those rockets around, but can he do anything with them? That's the question. Looks like he can't even get out into the teleporter, and that's going to give Ash another kill, almost giving him just frags for free at this point. There's number 4, and things are looking worse and worse for k1llsen now as Ash picks up this red armor. But we've seen this from him previously in the series against Evil, that maybe he has these moments of weakness or these moments where just he gives up a couple easy ones, but he still k1llsen.
It might be a factor, like a factor might be the overconfidence that I mentioned towards the end of Pure. It seemed like k1llsen was starting to take Ash a little less seriously in the way he played. Of course, he could have just made the transition to the map and realized, okay, this is the next one, and kind of reset his mind. But if he was still playing like this with mindset, okay, I'm owning him on Cure, you know, it could explain his a bit reckless aggression on the start of ZTN here. Already 5 frags after 2 minutes is very, very much, and not very usual for k1llsen to go down like that.
And there goes the chase. The pursuit is on. Ash pulls out the LG. k1llsen tries to defend. The 25s help him out enormously, but still not enough to keep him alive. Ash going to grab the red armor afterwards, and that pushes him up to 6-0. He is not incredibly strong at this point. This is an area of vulnerability, but the Mega, that does solve it and close up that window of opportunity for k1llsen, who now goes for this engagement, almost killing Ash. How did he do that incredible amount of damage? That is just unbelievable what he was able to do there.
Yeah, I mean, now Ash is kind of weak, but he's in a very good position to fend off this attack by k1llsen. And now he's not going to be weak anymore after this red, so everything's okay again. k1llsen hasn't been able to capitalize on the damage he's done, and it's getting very difficult already. It's only 3 minutes in, but the scoreline is very, very, well, depressing if
Wow,
you kill
it
some.
is just 3 minutes in. It almost feels like it's like 7 or 8 minutes in to me with the scoreline and everything.
Yeah.
But you're right, there's actually plenty of time for k1llsen to make it come back, especially with the kind of rails that he can hit. That really gives him the ability to do kind of comebacks that just aren't really possible for a lot of the other players, consistently at least.
Yeah, of course, k1llsen isn't under that much pressure either, because he did win the first map. If he loses this one, it's not the end of the world. So it's not like his hands are gonna be shaking right now, seeing that he's
Nice shot.
down. But then again, he hasn't really been showing signs of coming back in this game so far. So far, it's all Ash, pretty much, from the first second up.
Certainly, Ash is making his way back over towards the ready. Here's the footsteps. He's going to go for the engagement, catching k1llsen unawares. Easy frag again, and off the spawn, looking like, oh, misses the rocket jump. That's going to make it a bit more difficult, but still 9-0. And k1llsen, what are your options, my friend? There comes the shotgun and a rail.
Rail, I cripple Ash. Is k1llsen still there? Probably not. Sounds like he's above now. I mean, even if Ash even if Flash lets k1llsen get this red, it wouldn't be so bad. And he doesn't even let it happen. So right now, I guess we will see a good game called very soon. Of course, it's possible, but at the same time, it's not. It's possible against somebody, but against Ash, I just don't see it happening.
5-minute mark has been struck by the clock in about 5 seconds time. And now we have Ash still in those good positions. k1llsen can't quite close the distance with the LG as he might want to. And it seems as if Ash is just going to try to basically play the war of attrition from here on out. He's taken a lot of fights. But now, oh, he catches k1llsen again. I mean, when you get offers like that served up to you, I mean, you're going to take them.
Yeah, and I mean, k1llsen, what's he supposed to do? Like, Ash is just playing solid, and this is just desperation from k1llsen. I mean, it's nice to see he's still fighting. He doesn't completely give up. He's still challenging for items. He's trying to deal damage. But at this point, it's probably just, you know, calming yourself down and preparing for the next map. I don't think he really consciously believes he still has a chance in this.
Yeah, Ash is playing very solidly, as you said. And he's so confident, and it's really great to see. Because this could be Ash's tournament for certain.
Yeah, I mean, has he won a FACEIT Cup before?
He has before won. I think he's won once or twice. Oh, there you go. 11-0 now. And this is the scoreline, I think it was, that Ash forfeited on Cure.
Could be.
And yeah, I expected a much stronger game from k1llsen, but it kind of snowballed out of control.
Yeah, I mean, I think it often happens with k1llsen that, you know, his results are very unexpected. So, especially in big tournaments and important matches, I think you often see him, like, you know, win the first maps, then lose the next maps, and then maybe the last one is close. Or even during maps where he just looks so good for like the first half of the map, and then just completely crumbles in the last minutes. So, I mean, this is definitely a trait that's very... Well, k1llsen, I wouldn't say he's known for choking, but he definitely has a tendency towards like psychological, I would say, weaknesses, showing psychological weaknesses during games.
Inconsistencies.
Yeah, inconsistencies for sure.
It seems as if he does finally get a kill and puts himself on the board, but he's got 10 more to find in 2.5 minutes. Good luck. Good luck. You're going to need a lot of luck to do something like that against Ash on Blood Run. So here we go. k1llsen makes his way around. 2 red armor. Let's see how many times he can actually frag Ash here, because if he can turn it on, anything's possible when it's on for k1llsen.
Yeah, but Ash is playing it smart. He isn't really, like, he's playing as if it's one frag. He doesn't want to give k1llsen anything, and he's just running. And this is, I think it's quite important to just stay in the game mentally, not relax, which I think is what k1llsen did last night. He just mentally relaxed himself, he lost his focus, and this is what the result is, this 11-1 scoreline on ZTN. So I think it's very important to just keep your focus throughout all the 5 maps, throughout even the garbage time. Just compose yourself to play strong the whole time, regardless of what happens.
Certainly. I know definitely that focus was, as
Nice.
for me, one of my biggest issues with dueling. That was my biggest wall. It can be very difficult sometimes to maintain solid levels of focus, especially when you've had long days, or there is a lot of. I mean, dueling in Quake is intense. Like just solid, like a best of 3 can be 30 minutes just without a single break, constant intensity, and you've got to constantly be doing things with your mind. It's not like Counter-Strike where maybe you get fragged and you get like a 30-second break here or a minute break there. There is this constant intensity.
This is actually getting quite humorous, in my opinion. Like Ash, at this kind of scoring, he's just hiding, which is kind of funny, I think. I mean, I don't think I've really seen players play like this. I mean, he's probably just doing it to piss k1llsen off a little bit. There's no reason for him to hide other than that. Wonder if it will work. I actually like looking at the game right now. It seems like k1llsen is rather, looking rather strong again. And he's gonna get it. Did he hear?
Yeah, he did.
I think that was a spawn
He
by
spawned
Ash
at the
rocket
grenades.
launcher. Was it not the rocket launcher?
I think it was the grenades. So look.
Okay. I think. No, I don't know. Yeah, it must
10
have been the
seconds left.
grenades.
There he is. There he is. But there you go. That's the last 5 seconds now. And Ash calls a GG. And there you go. Map number 2 is going to go to Ash. So 1-1 now in this grand final. And things get more and more interesting. That means we're going to see we're definitely going to see a silence.
Yeah. And I think we're also going to see a much closer game on the next map, because on the one hand we had k1llsen kind of recompose himself towards the end of ZTN and kind of understand that he does have to play strong and focused the whole time. And also Ash probably got some momentum back now. So do you know what the third map is going to be?
It was Toxicity. Yes, I'm correct. It is Toxicity, yeah.
All right.
So there you go. Toxicity indeed. And then Silence, and then Furious Heights it was for the last map if it's required. So let's see how that goes. So jumping into Toxicity now. And just waiting for the players to ready up. I think Ash actually, you tell me like what the state of the finals are at right now. Of course, Ash has momentum. I'm actually gonna. I actually feel like the way Ash has been playing, I'm gonna give this to him 3-1.
Yeah, I don't know.
At this stage.
I really don't know about the momentum, because like the way he spent the latter half of ZTN. I mean, I don't think it's the way you should play when you're like trying to like stay composed and so on. What I was talking about, I don't think that really fits into that kind of notion. I mean, he just basically didn't play for the last 5 minutes and just fucked around.
Yeah, more or less.
And so, I mean, if he wins this game, sure, great. But if he loses, and doesn't look that strong, you're gonna have to question his attitude towards the end of the map. But I mean, we'll see.
We shall see.
Of course, everybody ticks differently, and everybody has different ways of getting himself pumped and ready.
Here we go. Jumping into the game now. The countdown has begun. Map number 3 is Toxicity, k1llsen, and Ash. So Ash is going to get the mega spawn, pick himself up a yellow, and rockets a boot as well as the rail. So to begin with, Ash has to watch out for the LG. There you go. He's going to pick that up, so that's good.
And now he's just got to get position. I mean, he had to pick up the LG after k1llsen, so he's the one who's not going to have red position. Or, well, maybe he will. He's just going to have to be very sneaky about it and get in at the right time. So this might be good. Oddly enough, he doesn't go for the second rail shot. Perhaps very, very respecting of k1llsen's rail, which would not be surprising. Well, that was interesting. I mean, I'm not sure how to judge the result of the fight. It looked like both players did a lot of damage. I think k1llsen might have come out a little bit healthier out of the exchange, and also he's got red position, which is going to be... Wait, does he have? Yeah, he should have red position. Wow, great read by Ash. I mean, if I was going there, I would have never expected k1llsen to be there, and I would have just kind of maybe even switched to rail and started preparing to rail him at the red armor. But Ash was very aware of the possibility that k1llsen might be setting up a trap and just caught him brilliantly. Very, very nice play.
And now Ash is trying to catch the exit damage of k1llsen as he just took that mega health. Not incredibly successful, and k1llsen's able to deter Ash for a moment even with some rockets. And that's really helpful as he's going to be able to grab that red without much damage actually taken at all. So k1llsen's, with these little plays, is kind of bringing himself back in the game and stopping Ash's ability to really get the kind of Toxicity momentum going. At the moment, we're entering a contested situation over the Mega. Ash has got better position, and he does take it and the yellow, so he's looking really good now. And he even connects the rail there as k1llsen picks up the red. So Ash is in a very strong position. He's applying the pressure. k1llsen is forced to hit. He's got to hit at least one more rail to really even this up.
But actually, it's still very impressive play by k1llsen. I mean, you had a position where Ash had 100 and k1llsen had nothing, and k1llsen has just been able to win back items by ways of reading where Ash would be coming from and blocking off Ash's attacks, which is not an easy thing to do on Toxicity by any means. And I mean, k1llsen's rewarded. I think you might have control. Like if you just take the stacks, I'm pretty sure k1llsen's going to be slightly ahead. So not an easy feat on Toxicity, but k1llsen has been able to do it so far. And wins this yellow. And like one biggest strength of k1llsen in this game is that he seems to be very aware of the items, and he seems to be in position for the items when they spawn. One thing that usually I would say is rather a weakness of k1llsen, who likes to mix up item times and so on and so forth. But this game he's looking very good on them, and maybe a little bit too keen on the items now, getting a little bit predictable for Ash's rockets.
Good stuff here so far from both players. We've got 3 minutes played, only one frag made, and Ash is struggling for armor. Look at that drive-by from k1llsen with the rockets. It is so strong.
Wow.
How did he survive? He didn't crater or anything, but
Unbelievable.
it does go down though. It doesn't steal the red armor away from k1llsen either. So k1llsen still, it's a good result for him, and gets the rail on the distance. Ash with a great stream of LG, but it's only to be returned, but then again return from Ash with the rocket. So
6 seconds until the mega health spawns. It's 2, it's 1, and k1llsen is out of danger for the moment. And will he go for the red? I mean, he should. Oh no, he doesn't go for it. And oh my god, why didn't he go for it? It's just big mistake. Ash at starting health, k1llsen at starting health. k1llsen had better position if he just turned his head and, check the red. It would have been good. Like, this way they're even, but it could have been really much better for k1llsen. Anyhow,
yes.
After this rocket, it's gonna put him ahead again. He has plenty of time to get from the red to the mega, so in theory everything's looking good for k1llsen.
A nice little helper boost there
Wow.
for the rocket jump of Ash. Good rockets coming in from Ash, but oh, that rail's so painful. k1llsen only on 5 points of health. Does Ash know? He's got to switch to the LG. Yes, he does it just in time, and he's going to be able to get the kill. Red coming up now. It's a huge item to be contesting. He's got to go for the drop soon, but first he's got to kill k1llsen. k1llsen's going for it though, and there goes a rocket, and 2 health left, and oh my god, it's got to be so gutting for Ash. Oh, how did that miss? I swear that was such a hit. k1llsen now.
Go for the mega k1llsen. Oh god, what are you doing?
There's some divine force keeping him alive at this point in time as we hit the 5-minute mark on Toxicity, and we're still no closer to seeing who is
k1llsen missed one of the 25s. I mean, if this fight ends very closely, this would be very disappointing. Okay, fortunately for k1llsen, he gets this frag, and again, he's looking good. I mean, before that, when he died, it was actually the first moment, I think, in the games today where I've seen k1llsen, like, really make a mistake on the weapon choice, which is like kind of the biggest weakness of when you're a rail-based player, that you often get caught with your rail out in positions where you'd rather have a different weapon. And that was actually the first game today, or the first time I noticed, where k1llsen actually got caught in that race. So he does a very good job of avoiding those kind of positions or situations. And now he's looking pretty good, actually. I mean, the items, just looking at the item times, they're spread very beautifully for the player in control. It's pretty much possible to get all of them. If k1llsen just needs to be a little bit more confident. I mean, he was obviously aware this item is spawning soon. Okay, get it, and I'll go for the red. And then if you go for the red now, you'll have enough time to get to the mega afterwards. And I mean, I guess this would have just been a little bit too much to ask for, but it's still okay. It's still okay. You don't need to play perfect on Toxicity and Control. It's enough if you play okay.
And there you go. Ash is going to fight back. k1llsen, can he survive? He does. He's got 56 health there. And this should warrant a follow-up from Ash. Where is it, though? Oh, nice
great rail.
Some plasma, perhaps some MG. There it is, the plasma. And he hits the rail. Good play from the 25. It's going to boost him up to 33. Needs some more health, though. There it is. And can he get back to Mega, though? This could be a huge win for Ash if he's able to get a victory at this Mega area. Get the pickup, maybe even a frag. He can turn this game on its head. Gets the Mega for free. That is so huge.
And I hope we're not gonna have one of those k1llsen moments where he just chokes and just starts to play uber defensive. He needs to do what he did against Evil, where he just, even after he lost like a little bit of control towards the end of the maps, he just kept playing the way he started playing in the beginning and just kept pushing, kept being aggressive, kept being annoying. The worst thing he can do right now is just going full-on defense, full-on hiding mode.
Yeah, you don't want to risk giving up the entire map. And Ash leaving up the red to get the frags. So
God.
smart.
So painful.
And now k1llsen, he's got nothing to do. He just jumps in the... Actually, suiciding is really good because it's to prevent being too passive because you're so low on health. And that can be good. And he had the frag to burn. Here we go. We got k1llsen going down again. Did a great amount of damage, though. Only 100 armor left on Ash. If k1llsen can connect a rail, that's going to be a job done.
Yeah, then again, it's probably not gonna be. It's just, you need to do so much damage out of control. 2 rails would be good. Not 2 rails. Now I agree. This is job done. Had he only hit 1 and Ash would have gotten the red, it would have not done anything almost. But this way, it's actually like k1llsen got himself a chance again, and this is just so nice. All those rails hitting for k1llsen. Just 38 HP for Ash left, and now he's not railable again, but still.
Oh, the LG catching k1llsen's rail, and Ash knows he can maybe finish it, but actually he misread the stacks. He's going to go down. That could have cost him the game, a move like that. And that's going to be hard to come back from now.
Where's the hell?
As k1llsen has this Mega spawning. Ooh, Ash is right there over on the horizon. He's ready there with the LG.
Oh,
he
so
pushes
nice.
in.
And I love seeing that. I mean, that's just what I was talking about. Usually, I don't think k1llsen does these kind of risky plays in important moments during games. And here he just, I mean, it takes balls to do something like that. Just go for the very, very risky exchange where you know if you backed away, you might still win because you have some sort of lead. But he stayed, but he did what he thought was right to do, and what he thought was the thing that would have gotten him a frag, and paid off. Very, very nice, and this is gonna win him the map.
Yeah, so k1llsen is going to go up 2-1 then, and does that mean that k1llsen could end this grand final? In theory, he could end it on a silence.
Yeah.
That would be novel. That would be very new.
I mean, do you know how good these players are on silence? Have you seen any of them play it before?
Well, Ash, I think you mentioned this previously. He eats up the new maps. k1llsen, I really don't know what he's like on silence. I don't know if I've even ever seen him on silence.
I just remember that he was very late to catch on to silence. Like he didn't start playing it until it was already quite known, and then I remember some of the FACEIT tournaments, I think, of the first ones where he was definitely like his weakest map. He almost didn't play it, and he looked very beatable to like players that were not so strong.
Yeah.
But of course, that's a very long time ago, and many things have happened, and it doesn't take long for a player like k1llsen to learn a map. So.
And it does have some elements which he's familiar with. I mean, you said before when we were talking about it, it's got some good elements for railing.
Yeah,
it's
certainly.
rail friendly. It is rail friendly. The signs are up everywhere. Railing is allowed and encouraged on this map. It's a very green map. So, but Ash, I don't know. He's a guy that's he's just a monster on new maps. On the new maps, he really just takes to them.
Yeah, then again, all new maps. I don't know. I don't know. I
fish to water.
You can't play every new map, so.
Here we go, guys. We're getting live. k1llsen and Ash. It's match point now in this grand final for k1llsen, and we're on silence. Can he do it on silence, or will Ash bring it back and force Furious Heights. Let's see if he can do it.
Not a good spawn for Ash. He's almost left with nothing except this yellow and the rail. Like, the rail is his biggest advantage at the moment. And great rocket.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong connection.
But of course, the rail, even though it's his only
wow.
advantage, it's a very, very big advantage when you're playing the way Ash is playing, and also when you're playing k1llsen. So.
And he actually hit them both as well, which actually gave him a stack advantage. The only issue is he's not on the LG, which means he can't easily go for the mega health. As we can see there, he's a bit shy about it. He waited for k1llsen to take it. He's going to follow him through.
Good idea.
Can he catch him with
and he needs to
another
defend the rail. I think that's very smart what he's doing. He's trying to keep control of the rail, and so far k1llsen hasn't been able to grab it. k1llsen just, he's very focused. He put his mind onto getting the rail.
Nice.
And as a result, he's gonna lose out on this red.
And Ash like saw it as the moment to also sweep on by the LG.
Yeah.
So that's like you know, you get rail, okay, fine, I'll take the LG then. And here we go. Ash is going to find the fight with the rockets close range. What can he do with it? Some good directs, but it's not going to do the full job as k1llsen is left with. I mean, I guess he's on 7
some
after
HP,
that.
Some very small number of HP.
Yeah, it was a very close fight. Very close. But this is very hard for Ash now because the weapons on this map are really important. Both the LG and the rail are in kind of annoying spots. So let's see how he is going to be able to deal with this. First though, k1llsen, you can see he's just controlling the center map, trying to catch Ash maybe there, just trying to maybe find
he
him.
spotted him, but somehow he decided not to go for a shot. And Ash gets the mega. Well, I think Ash is going to be very happy with what happened. The mega is basically what separates the two players usually, with both have 200 armor, and Ash is going to be very close to 200 armor. So basically he's got like this 100 health bonus compared to k1llsen.
He has the
and also he's got all the
advantage.
weapons. So I mean, Ash is super happy right now. He's got nothing to worry about.
Oh, he turned his back on the teleporter. You cannot do that. And now he's going to
Great
try to
rail.
turn the fight around, but it's not going so well. And k1llsen, these rails are so fast. He's so fast.
Nice one returned by Ash, and another position where railing might not have been the best idea, and unfortunately for Ash, he hasn't really been able to capitalize too well. 5 HP left by
Again.
k1llsen. Oh my god.
One more cell, and I cannot believe it because k1llsen was dropping on the health, and Ash had the LG on him. So
Yeah, but
damn
sloppy
close.
LG actually. It looked like he didn't connect very well in that particular occurrence. Should have been really a frag, I think, if he was normally.
But
But
there you
there
go.
it is.
So they would have converted anyway. I mean, k1llsen was left so low that he was a bit too passive, giving the map to Ash, who took it and took the advantages it gave him and pushed it into a frag. Now he's just got to concern himself with cycling control effectively. He's got to get that rail because k1llsen's going to have that. So he's got to avoid losing too much stack to it as he tries to close the distance. He's going to rocket jump up to it perhaps, or is he going to go upstairs? It's like he's going to take the long way around. And you can hear his opponent.
And is it me, or is Ash's LG a little bit off during this game? Like, not only that situation, but the one straight above when he was chasing k1llsen off the spawn, it just didn't look like good LG. It looked like my LG, to be honest. Which is not something you should be striving to have. And now this mega, if k1llsen goes for it, this might be dangerous, and he doesn't. So k1llsen survives for the moment, but of course he's weak, and Ash is gonna smell his fear. And he's gonna bolt through the teleporter, just looking for k1llsen wherever he can. So far not able to detect him. But of course, I mean, despite not seeing him, he surely knew where k1llsen was. It was the only place up above. And there's the frag, very nice. k1llsen, he went to the red perhaps a little bit too early. He shouldn't have gone there with the stack he had. He should have stacked up a little bit more before he finally made a push onto it. What's good for k1llsen is that now after this frag, he has been able to get the mega, and actually he's ahead stack-wise. Of course, he still lacks the weapons, which is what Ash is going to use to his advantage.
Nice.
Dangerous, very dangerous fight for Ash. And if I was him, I would just fall back and try to deal damage, because the thing with this red room is you cannot possibly escape it without getting railed in the center room if you don't have a rail yourself. There's no way to like safely escape it.
Ash is in a lot of trouble here. No escape from k1llsen. Very good read by k1llsen there. Knew exactly how to finish that one off. And 2-2 now as we hit the 5-minute mark. Jump rail not successful as he tries to poke in again. Still not successful, but Ash is
Wow.
going to bring it to him and gets the LG. So much damage. Ash almost finishes him off, and k1llsen has no idea what just hit him. Ash is so annoying right now, and k1llsen now he's kind of locked into just weird spots on the map. He can't quite move as he wants to. He's got 3 health now. What is he to do with 3 health?
I think Ash is not that healthy either. Actually, the rail of k1llsen connected would have killed him, but, which is why I guess k1llsen stayed in the fight. He knew he could realistically kill Ash had he hit the rail, but so much aggression from k1llsen. It might actually pay off.
Maybe, but no, Ash does hit the shot. Very, very well played there by Ash, who of course is now 3 frags ahead. And this is such an important map for him to win to force the tiebreak. Otherwise, he is out of this final. And k1llsen will win, so he is holding on for dear life. Gonna go for the drop now to see if he can pursue another kill on the k1llsen, using that LG advantage very, very well against the Rockets.
The 50 health is not up, so he stays railable, and k1llsen, with what, did he have 2 HP? Something like that, manages to get the frag, and what a big frag this could be. Just think about it, had he not gotten it, Ash would have gotten the red. Probably the Mega as well, this would have just completely been a different outcome. And on 3 HP, k1llsen manages to survive and stack up a little bit again, and now everything's possible again. See the rail, he's looking for it, not able to spot Ash.
Now we have a bit of a lull right now as that each player decides to take their respective items and now converge for that Mega Health, and it's going to be k1llsen who's going to grab it, and he's going to feel confident to go pretty aggressive now, trying to steal away the next yellow. But this is actually interesting because it's so close to the red arm. If he commits for that, and Ash realizes Ash could just steal the red, which has happened before. And now Ash is going to drop for the yellow, and k1llsen hits the rail. That's huge. k1llsen now on position on center map, trying to go for the pokes. Now getting himself right back onto that red armor. So very well played by k1llsen, and he's got plenty of time to try to bring this back to a tie game.
Wow, and it's very surprising to see that Ash was the one hitting these rails in a kind of standoff rail fight. One would think k1llsen would be the favorite. And Ash, before that rail looked a lot better, now it's actually probably turned into k1llsen's favor again. And k1llsen has enough time to get to this red before Ash, so...
Great direct rocket.
Wow, so good for k1llsen. Ash might have had, like, after those 2 rails he hit, Ash might have felt like he had a small advantage.
Wow.
But k1llsen just neutralized all of that. And now Ash hit the 2 rails again, so again Ash might have a small advantage in the next fight if he's able to be fast enough to the Mega.
He could actually trap k1llsen in there. If he's got rocket or something, that could be perfect, but no.
Where is he?
He's got rail, he's committing to the rail.
Oh no.
If he'd maybe just taken a rocket launcher there straight away, that could have worked out so wonderfully, locked him in there. But now, I mean, he's got still a 1 frag lead at the very least, so he's got something to play with. But the problem is that k1llsen, actually no, let's check out Ash's perspective. It's somewhat even. He's just lacking the rockets. He's camping his telly there, and
shows himself.
Yeah.
So now k1llsen's gonna know where he is. Wow, that was pretty interesting.
Oh, they're both low. Oh, but no, he gets caught. Great shot by k1llsen, and now k1llsen picks up the Mega. This could be the game-winning moment for k1llsen.
And the one who takes the risks wins. It's pretty much that. I mean, k1llsen, he was railable. He went back for the double back.
The shotgun is huge!
Wow.
Ash does make it happen with 1 minute left. Ash is just turning this match on its head with the shotgun, the TDM weapon, coming alive. And now he's making his way back over to the red. He predicts that ambush wonderfully. And now it is just a walk in the park after picking up that red. He's just going to take the Mega. And
or
there
is
is k1llsen. Okay, got to maybe not quite the walk in the park.
Mega to k1llsen. k1llsen has a little G as well, so it's just a matter of, oh my god, Mega not going to k1llsen.
Wow, that's bad.
In the heat of the moment, must have just forgotten the timing, and I mean, Ash was with a risk of himself, of his own, has basically turned this back around into his favor. And I mean, we're gonna have to see a risk from k1llsen now, and oh my god.
Okay,
and
wow.
it almost paid off.
Wow, that rocket, how did that even hit him? There goes k1llsen. I mean, there you go. It's going to be Ash forcing the 5th and final map, Furious Heights. in this grand final for the 6th Sunday Cup of the winter season 2014. And that's going to come up very, very, very soon. So if you have to go to the bathroom, run and do it now, because you won't get another chance.
Yeah, and if there's one lesson we can learn from these games today is that taking risks is so important. Like if you just shy away from every encounter, you're just not gonna get frags. You're just not gonna get the lead. You have to take these fights even when you may be ahead, maybe even then, to contest control constantly. Yep. And it's not enough to play whenever only the situations where you're 100% sure that you're gonna win.
Yeah, it's it's really interesting with these two players. They actually match up quite well. I mean, they're both great execution players, and
it's a very fun game as well, because with k1llsen sometimes you have games where his opponent respects him a lot and starts playing really defensive, and k1llsen then on his own also is playing like plus back rail, and so you have like these standoff games that end that last 30 minutes or end 1-1. But in this game, players actually play fairly aggressive and throw everything they have at one another, so it's very fun to watch, I have to say. High score lines.
That is very true. I mean, Ash is one of those players. He's got a robust little kind of. He's a very robust player. He's got quite a electric personality. Sometimes he's not afraid to say what he thinks, and he's Russian. He can speak English, so that makes it more fun for the people who can't understand Russian. And definitely, the only issues we ever see him have is with someone like k1llsen, where it's this like mentor-mentee thing, where he's like, I can't beat my master. It's like, how do I beat him? So
it's actually interesting that Ash speaks such good English, because, I mean, he's not from a big city. He's not from Moscow. He's from Ekaterinburg, which is fairly far away from Europe. So for him to speak such good English, I don't know if you've ever read an interview or something with him. I don't think I ever have. Actually quite intriguing for me to
Unless it's just all like binds like somehow or something. I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure Ash speaks pretty decent English.
But you know, actually at some points I thought Evil had learned to speak English, just because like sometimes he drops these very good lines, but it's all Google Translator. It's just really good.
Here we go. Map number 5, k1llsen versus Ash in the grand final here. Let's check it out. We have on Furious Heights Ash to begin with. And of course, this is the standard split spawns. We have Mega taken at 11.
Well, almost standard. Actually, not standard at all. k1llsen took so much time getting the yellow that, I mean, that's actually the first time I think I've seen this yellow getting taken so late, and actually probably a big mistake from k1llsen.
Just chomping him down with the shotgun.
Yeah, of course, k1llsen only made that mistake in anticipation of what happened afterwards, which is the fact that he got the frag back at the red, and now he's okay. I mean, both players now took a lot of damage, but both will be able to replenish on the items, and I think we're pretty even. Well, maybe Ash with a small advantage.
And here we go. Red is up, and Ash is forcing k1llsen all the way back, but he does connect the rail, looking for the second, and he hits it. Can he get the third on 3 health? Ooh. Not going to be so bold as that, at least not yet. There comes the rockets, but Ash is going to recover.
And k1llsen knew he was going to die. I mean, he was 100% sure he was going to die. He just went there to try to deal a little bit of damage, and just basically throw that frag away, respawn his full health, and now he's been able to get 1 yellow. And the rail shot in, so it's good. And I think Ash is playing very similar. He's trying to play very similar to the way he played against Plasma.
Nice.
And except in this game, k1llsen is hitting the rails. And well, Ash is still getting. Ash still got a nice little lead going, but it feels very dangerous. Like all of those frags he got maybe 1 more rail hits, and Ash is gone. So it's very risky, this playstyle he's choosing, where he's just so aggressive with LG constantly. So let's see how it goes.
Ash is playing really well too. He's holding up really, he's reacting very, very well. And here he goes, he's just marching onwards towards this red, a little bit too slow though. Gets a lick of LG onto k1llsen, and he's going to try to push this fight, close that distance, but k1llsen gets the hell out of there.
So aggressive.
Ash can't quite catch him. And now it's all about this next red armor. And Ash, he's predicted right so far the avenues of attack chosen by k1llsen. But k1llsen this time chose not to even attack, or even attempt to attack the red armor in any kind of sense.
Wow. These rail shots
Oh my goodness, it's scary. It's really scary when this happens.
3 is not enough. k1llsen needs 5, and if he doesn't, well, but right now they're even. So the red is, wow, k1llsen just these rails. It's so important for him to hit them, and basically just on these high distance rails alone, he's one control back. And now Ash has nothing, and it's 20 HP, and maybe he dies now. So this is the power of rail. This is the power of k1llsen.
Yeah,
His
it's
biggest strengths. But he didn't get the frag, which, I mean, on T7, there's so much 25 health bubbles.
exactly. I mean, this is one of those situations where you can get very easily shaken off your game, Ash. Oh, he hit some great. He's so calm, and that actually won him the next red armor and brought him back in the game. But getting hit by 4 rails in a row, as Ash did when he had solid control, that's a moment where you can get really frustrated. But Ash knows he's just got to keep calm, not die, and he's going to be fine. And that's actually what's happened. He's managed to find his opportunities and execute, and he's looking at a 3-1 game still, and with a couple seconds till this next response. What a catch onto k1llsen there. Just completely unaware as to Ash's intentions, where he was dropping. And here we go. k1llsen takes the mega health, and things are looking better for Ash again, generally.
Yeah, it's very impressive how quickly Ash turned it around. I mean, 1 second he's 20 health and k1llsen has full control. The next, it's completely turned around. And it didn't seem like Ash really did that much. I mean, seriously. He hit a bunch of rails, and then he hit a rocket, and then he hit a rocket, and then he hit some LG. And all of a sudden, it's just completely turned around. But there was nothing, like there wasn't one thing he did great. He just kept his cool and just kind of played the way he should play. Didn't lose his composure, and I mean, that's the importance of it, to not lose your nerves in these kind of games, in these kind of situations.
And Ash was also the biggest name missing from DreamHack. The one that so many people, including myself, wanted to see desperately at DreamHack. We didn't see him there. But anyway, see now what he can do in this grand final. He's got 2 frags to lead. It's just 5 minutes left now, and he just has to keep doing what he's doing. And k1llsen is exposing himself very little. He's showing a lot of patience. Here he goes, though, catching Ash with a few rockets. And Ash's LG is unrelenting, and he just electrocutes k1llsen on the spot, takes the red armor, another frag, and it's back to the drawing board for k1llsen. What does he do from here?
I mean, he's got to get over his annoyance, because sure as hell he will be annoyed after that frag. It just, again, one of those situations, you know, the Mega is up. He had one exactly like that against Evil earlier in their game on ZTN, where the Mega is just up and it looks so tasty. And you just know, okay, if he comes in that moment, I'm going to die. And k1llsen has seemingly developed the talent to just go at the exactly wrong time. And another time he has paid for it and died. And Ash... I mean, Ash is the one who's looking... Oh my god. I mean, k1llsen... It's the second fight in a row where k1llsen just does ridiculous things. He had such a low stack compared to Ash, and he's just... His rockets, out of all the weapons, just unbelievably good.
It's one of those risks you have to take, like you were saying previously. You've got to take those risks. It's the last map. He's running out of time. He needs to knock Ash off quickly, and he's done it. But he's got very low health. He's got to execute again. He's got the rail out and the rockets.
So
beautiful
nice
play. And he's going to be able to get this mega health now. No health really to allow him to kind of boost that mega up even more, but still, he's going to land on this red armor now. Ash.
Oh, Ash was hiding next to the telly, and it was very important for Ash not to go to the red. I mean, it would have been very easy to make this mistake, because k1llsen wasn't so stacked and Ash had the timing, but very wise in this position to perhaps play a little bit slower. So really good decision making by both players actually so far into the game.
Very, very well played by k1llsen. He's only 1 frag away from tying up a game that was just all about Ash for so long.
Oh wow, k1llsen missing a very easy rail for his standards. And this rail is actually going to allow Ash to be very stacked. 150 armor is what he just collected, and he kept all of it.
Oh, and
this could work, but
trap.
I think Ash heard him.
Yeah, he knows, but the timing of the jump from k1llsen to evade the rockets was just picture perfect, and he takes down Ash as well, tying up the game. 2.5 minutes remaining now, and k1llsen rushing on by to that mega room, catches Ash, And Ash should surely fall very, very shortly. There we go. The last rail to take him down. 6-5 now. And Ash he's got to be sweating at the moment because his advantage is just disintegrated under just the raw skill of k1llsen when he's fighting.
Yeah, I mean, Ash has to be trying to take advantage of k1llsen's perhaps lack of item timing. I mean, k1llsen just keeps sinking the red with the Mega, and every time that happens, it's just a chance for Ash to get a very significant stack, and it's not too late at this point. I mean, oh god. And when that happens, when both items spawn at the same time, where you want to be is in the center of the map, instead Ash on this occasion just committed to the red armor, and well, he's got away with nothing as a result, and k1llsen got everything. And he's gonna get this yellow as well, and perhaps if he's fast enough, even the yellow at the rail, and that would just be devastating. This is devastating. The yellow has been taken away, and this is a very, very easy frag. And Ash maybe lost a little bit of his composure. I mean, that push was hopeless.
Yeah, pretty much. And Ash he's now down 4 frags, staring at 60 seconds remaining in this grand final for the 600 Cup of the winter season here at FACEIT. And it does seem as if he gave it a really, really hard fight, but there may just be no way back from this.
Yeah, this looks like it's over. Very unfortunate for Ash, who played a great game, and even for a long time during this map, he looked like he was the one who's gonna win.
Yeah.
But a map takes 10 minutes, and k1llsen used the latter half of it to really cement his win over Ash. Another rail hit. See the accuracy is actually curious to see. k1llsen, yeah, it did feel like k1llsen hit a lot of rails. We had this one string of rails where he had 4 in a row, but I didn't feel like it wasn't like he just only railed and out-railed Ash. Much rather it was like just a combination of using all the weapons at the right times. And I'm actually positively surprised by k1llsen, because like it was a very close game, and he's been able to keep us cool and deliver the checkmate to Ash in this final.
There we go. So 11-5 final score. k1llsen is going to win it on the 5th and final map. Ash, definitely mad props to playing so well. And of course, k1llsen, he defeated Evil today. So
yeah,
Ash did a lot better than Evil did.
Cooler Evil and Ash. What a road.
Definitely.
Not an easy one. Not an easy one. But
so congrats to k1llsen on one of his very rare appearances at FACEIT. Managed to take it down in style. So well played, and thanks guys for watching. If you enjoy our content here, remember to hit the follow button down there so you can follow us every time we go live, and check out the games on the platform as well. And Twister, do you have anything you want to plug? Your YouTube or your Twitter or anything like that?
Nah.
Nah, you good?
Nah, I think everybody who watches Quake, who follows FACEIT, probably knows about my YouTube channel and probably saw the videos. I don't know, if not, and you're interested, RTCW Twister, I think, is the channel name. And yeah, always nice to be here. So thank you for inviting me again. Great games today.
Thanks very much. Always a pleasure. And I guess that's going to be it then, guys. So we'll see you next week for the next Sunday Cup. But until then, that's all from us.